Greetings, my name is Yohance Ayodike and I'm a behavior change consultant and counselor. As humans, we are dynamic creatures. Dynamic meaning we are not static, we are constantly changing. I'm choosing to highlight this because in relationships, we believe our partner should stay the same. We say things like this: well, when I met you, you were this way. Or, why have you changed? Even you of yourself may want to stay the same, but we are consistently changing. As a result of us being dynamic creatures, the discussion around domestic violence and physical abuse in relationships cannot be a linear one. It has to be multifaceted. One aspect that can reduce or mitigate the amount of cases or instances of domestic violence or physical abuse in relationships is taking responsibility. We are responsible for our actions. We have a tendency to say, this person made me feel a certain way. But the thing is, we are responsible for how we feel. Because I'm highlighting personal responsibility doesn't mean you should condone or accept provocation. But even when provoked, we have a choice to decide how we feel and how we act. One aspect that may contribute to domestic violence or physical abuse in relationships is assumptions. Now, when we assume we know what someone is thinking or what they're supposed to do, then we have certain expectations. When we have expectations and the person doesn't live up to these expectations, then we get disappointment, we get anger, or we get resentment. For example, when entering any relationship, we have certain assumptions on what a boyfriend's supposed to do, what a girlfriend's supposed to do, what a husband's supposed to do, what a wife's supposed to do. But if there's no clear discussion, then we always assume what the person's supposed to do without them even knowing, and then when they don't fulfill it, we have disappointments. This is my personal opinion. Some people may agree, some people may disagree, but common sense does not exist. Again, common sense does not exist. It's not that it's not common, but it completely doesn't exist. What exists is your sense and my sense. Your sense is based on your values and norms, how we were socialized. And when we both come together, right? So there's your sense and there's my sense, and we come together, then with clear communication, we could establish something that's common and it becomes common sense. But still common sense in terms of us, not any universal or general common sense. Clear communication can mitigate, reduce, and even eliminate feelings of resentment or anger. If we say exactly what we want, if we communicate clearly exactly what we want from our partner, not shout it, not scream it, not hint it, but say exactly what you want in a respectful manner. Now, even when something is communicated clearly, it doesn't mean the other person has to obey what you say or acquiesce to your desires. But it can ensure that there are no feelings held inside. There are no emotions that are held inside or suppressed that may lead to anger or resentment. If the process of establishing common sense in relationship or clear communication has some difficulty, having a neutral third party can help, such as couples counseling, marriage counseling, and or premarital counseling, and mediation. Another tool that can help mitigate or reduce instances of domestic violence or physical abuse in relationships is being able to monitor your emotional bank. Your emotional bank is an internal bank that monitors your emotional deposits and your emotional withdrawals. When we feel good, our deposits are high. When we don't feel too good, there's a high level of withdrawals. When our emotional balance is low, we will become irritable or impatient. Now, I'm giving 2 examples, but you yourself can monitor and be aware of what happens when your emotional bank is low. When your emotional balance is low, we should be aware of what we should do or what we need to do to raise that balance. So it could be meditation, it could be music, it could be prayer, it could be even watching a TV show or something on Netflix. Even though we are in a relationship, it is our responsibility to know the status of our emotional bank. We are responsible for our actions. The discussion around domestic violence and physical abuse in relationships is ongoing. Thank you for listening.